Hello everyone, welcome back to Galaxy Crafts. This is Kathy and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to do the pen holder molds. I'm doing a couple of different ways. This first one, it's a blue and a white. I don't remember the exact names on the bottles, but it's the Rolio pigment powder, mica powders, and I just put the powders in the cups first, and then I'm going to put the resin in and mix it and send it through my I think it's the Resiner's debubbler. It works pretty good. I know it's been a while, sorry about that. I've kind of been busy, and I'll have pictures at the end, but I've got 3 grandnieces and a grandnephew on the way, and I've been busy making baby blankets. So sorry about the delay on that, but it was hard for me to do that and get them done in time, and so that they can get taken because they live in a different state. And I was hoping to send them all with my sister-in-law when she went to help out. Unfortunately, I didn't get them all done. So, but they're done now, and I've got a couple of pictures I threw in at the end if you're interested. Didn't think you'd be interested in a video of me crocheting blankets, but you never know. If that's something that interests you, then by all means let me know, and I'll be happy to throw some of that in there next time. But otherwise, I did speed all of this up, so we're not sitting here forever. It's already a little longer video than I usually do. I personally like the longer videos. I'm actually indifferent to them, but some people don't like them, some do, so I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit for you guys, and hopefully going forward I don't have any more baby blankets or distractions to keep me from getting this done. I actually did these a while ago, but I just hadn't gotten around to the editing and getting it together for you guys. So but that blue, I really love it. It's really pretty. This one I made for my daughter. She wanted the blue and white marbled, and you know, Michelle over at Glitz and Glitter gave me the idea to do this, so the marbling, so thanks to her for all of her great ideas. I really appreciate them. Of course, a lot of the ideas she comes up with are ideas I've had and I haven't initiated, so, but that's okay. You know, we are, great minds think alike, I guess. So, so I'm just gonna finish mixing this and get it through, and then here shortly you'll see me going back to getting it in. I tried showing it, and then it just wasn't cooperating with trying to show the bubbles coming out. So I'm just getting the mold ready, checking it to make sure that there's no extra debris in there. Don't want anything in it. A little alcohol to help with the bubbles. Of course, I'm using the 99% rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, whichever you want to prefer to call it. I've always grew up calling it rubbing alcohol, so that's what I call it. But so I'm just gonna marble it and just do little bits at a time. So I'll let you enjoy and watch and pop in if I have something to say. So you can see I'm just finishing topping this up, and of course after the fact I realized my mistake because I didn't have a clue how I was going to move this, so you'll see what I do after the fact. And hopefully I was smart enough to fix it on the second one I did. So I did do these all together. I went ahead and did, when I did the recording, did the blue from start to finish, and then I'll start on the second one for you. I didn't want to do 2 videos of the same thing, but I wanted to show you both options because the next one I did 3 colors instead of 2. So yeah, here I'm just trying to figure out how in the heck I'm going to move this thing. So I have a leveling board to the left of me there, so I moved that. And now I'm moving on to doing the extras with the extra resin I have left. If you don't like watching doing the extras, instead of fast forwarding, there is the settings, and you can do this on your TV because I do it on occasion. If you just speed up the time, it helps with, from my understanding, it helps with the YouTube not, you know, it doesn't show as it being fast forwarded, and that helps with getting the content further out and whatnot, because if people are fast forwarding them, I guess it causes something with YouTube. I'm not sure exactly what, because I'm fairly new to this still. I've just heard that it's better to just speed up the playback versus actually fast forwarding it. Whatever you choose to do is fine with me, but just getting that information out there for you. Because I'm not really that concerned about it right now. I'm not monetized. I'm just doing this. If I get enough subscribers to get monetized, that would be awesome, but I'm not. I'm just doing this for me and for fun and to show you guys what I'm doing and, you know, get it out there from a, you know, I'm not necessarily new at resin. I've been doing this for a few years. I'm just terrible at getting videos out. So I do apologize for that. I'm trying to get better for you because I would like to get content out there for you guys. It's kind of fun, and it's something that I'm hoping that eventually I would get monetized, because that would definitely help, you know, with the little bit additional income. I know it's not necessarily going to happen, but, you know, there's always that hope, and in the meantime, I'm just enjoying it. So I don't know if you can see very clearly what I'm doing, because my screen is really small with my editing software, but I've got the little tiny butterflies, I've got little tiny roses, I've got tiny turtles and hedgehogs, and I wish I had a pointer and I could point to them, but I haven't figured that part out and how to be able to do that. So, but that one right there that I'm poking at was the butterflies. This one is the roses. And let's see. I believe on the very bottom left is my miniature turtles. And then the ones on the right are the little hedgehogs. The one in the middle, I think, and the one to the upper right, the little, really tiny, the clear ones, are just little jewelry, what I thought were jewelry molds, but they're actually little shapes and stuff for nail art, I think. So, but I did get them to use as like little inclusion type things for shakers and stuff like that, which I haven't done yet. So hopefully that'll be coming up soon, but you never know. I don't really have a list of what I want to do. I just kind of, whatever I get the idea to do, I do it. So there I'm just kind of spreading things out and swiping across to get it into everything, because it was getting thick by this point. So and there I'm just only to get little spaces, because those little tiny heads and feet on them. So I try to get into those so they get the bubbles out of them, because they do definitely trap air. So you want to be careful of that if you ever get those. I'm pretty sure most of these molds I got on Temu. Maybe Sheen or Wish, or not Wish, but oh gosh, what's AliExpress?
The
One of
next
those
day.
3. And this is up to the next day, as it
The
said,
next day.
and I'm bringing this out to get it unmolded for you guys. So it will pull off camera. I don't know if I just cut that out. I can't remember because I'm doing this voiceover a couple weeks after I edited this, so I'm not sure if I just cut it out or I just left it in, but you will see that I try to demold it in front of the camera, and I think I end up not being able to, so we'll see what happens. Well, it looks like I almost had it, but yeah, it's difficult to get it out when you've got 3 different shapes. And here I'm just trying to pick off the extra pieces before I flip it back over so they're not in there for the next piece. So it's easier to do it when you're doing it or when it's flipped out like that than it is to try to pick them out after you flip it back over. So at least that's what I've found. So here it is, the blue and white. I hope it's showing up okay for you guys. I know there's a little bit of a glare on there from my lights, but it did turn out really well. My daughter's really happy with it. She loves it. She hasn't used it yet. It's still actually sitting in my family room or my living room, but that's because she's trying to get her stuff cleaned up. So here I'm just going to demold the extras for you. Those are little butterflies, and I'll probably just do this real quick and go from there and get those done and out. Trying to show you, but they keep falling off my finger. They fall off pretty easy, so. And those are the roses, and they just all came out at once apparently, but they clean up pretty well. The nice thing about the roses is with the petals are a little bit jagged, so as long as they don't hurt you, you can cut them pretty easily and it doesn't show as much. So, and I believe those are the little tiny turtles. Yep, those are little turtles. They're so cute. I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I haven't used them for anything yet, but hopefully soon. Oh, apparently I got a call. Sorry about that. And that one, oh, that must have been the rest of the turtles. And those are just, I think those are just little gem shapes on there. So usually I try to get them really up close to the camera, but this time apparently I did not do that. So, and yes, I'm just picking it, trying to get the edges off, and I forget I'm recording, and then I do this stuff, and it's like, we don't need to see that. So, I think that time I was showing it to my daughter because she was sitting in a chair just behind me there, so. And those are the little hedgehogs. They're so cute. I need to get some earrings or something made. My daughter likes hedgehogs, so she's a teenager, and she is absolutely obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog, which is totally fine. I like Sonic. So if it's it, whether it's Sonic or oh, there, I finally got it close up there. You can't really see the detail on it, but it does have little lines on it for the faces and whatnot. And I haven't figured out how to make them pop out yet because they're so tiny I can't really get a marker in there. And every time I've tried the paint trick where you just put paint over it and then wipe off the extra over the top surfaces so it goes into the grooves, I end up with a film over the piece and it just doesn't look good. It dulls it down. So I haven't perfected that yet. And those are the little roses. Hopefully I'll show you a blue one because the white is just, the glare is just coming, or taking away all the detail on that. I really need to get a better lighting setup, but maybe someday. So there's that one, and we are coming up onto the next. So this one I did for me to put my tools and stuff in, actually. So I'm using Poison Ivy, Power to the Purple, and the silver from Less Resin. The other two are from Glitter Champ. They are no longer in business, unfortunately, because I loved her glitters. They were so pretty. But I have tons of them, so I will get those used up, and I will find another source for glitter. So I'll start getting that mixed up, and I'm trying to remember to do it before I pour the resin in because it does make it a little bit easier to mix. It doesn't always happen that way, but I'm going to get those poured in, and then I will probably try to remove the bubbles again on these like I did the others, and we will see. So coming up on filling this, obviously I didn't learn to put something under it to move it with the first time, so I do use these are just little cheap flimsy cutting boards. I'm sure I probably got them on Temu. But they help, they do the job. It's something to give it a little more stability. And I'm just doing the extras here, and I'm doing different ones, and I'm trying to do like a dirty pour in them, but of course for small things it just doesn't usually work, and I forget that every time, and I try it every time, and then I wonder why I have some with solid colors and some with mix, and but it takes it a little bit to get pouring, so it doesn't usually work out, and of course, you know, I'm trying it again anyway. So... And again, these are just little jewelry piece molds. This real clear ones are obviously a little bigger than the ones I used before. They turn out pretty good. They're more for UV resin. I don't do a lot with UV resin, but they work just fine for epoxy as well. So, and then I'm sure I'm doing some more butterflies and turtles and flowers, just because those are what I have handy. So I am trying to do a little bit of different things each time, just so you don't get bored seeing the same thing over and over again. But again, feel free to speed up the playback or fast forward if you don't want to see this. So. And of course, I have sped this up for you guys because it's the same process as the one before it. So I probably should speed it up a little more, but I don't want to go back and have to redo everything. So that usually ends up messing things up and I have to adjust it. And I want to get this out for you guys for a change. So I just want to get it done, so I can hopefully start on my next one and hopefully have another video for you here later this week or early next week. So I do have other videos already made. I just need to edit them, and I'm actually working on a different project now, and I'm hoping that as soon as I'm done with this one, actually, I plan on starting on the fall and Halloween videos, since we are in the middle of September and fall is very close approaching here in another week or so. And of course then there's the Halloween season and Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and we're at the end of the year already. I can't believe how fast things are going by. So I'll put some more music on for you, and I will be back with you in a little bit. And just so you know, I do turn my music volume way down so it's more of a background, because some people don't like it, or music, and especially if it's really loud. So I know that, you know, if you have hearing issues, sometimes certain noises and certain tones will cause ear pain. It does with me. So you can adjust your volume if you want to, but I do keep my music low so that it doesn't irritate or hurt anybody's ears. Just so you guys know, it's not your audio or anything like that. I should have said that, you know, previously, but I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware that I do turn that volume way down for you guys. So enjoy, and I will be back with you shortly. And we're back for demold. So this, of course, is going to be the same as the other one. I will probably try to do it on camera and end up taking it off camera, or maybe I just take it off camera. Like I said, I edited this video a little while ago and haven't done the voiceover until now, so don't quite remember. But looks like I did take out some of the extras already. But and you know, you'll see me picking some of the edges off. I do that as I'm trying to demold, simply because I don't want those edges to come off and then end up going inside the mold on me. So that's the reason I do take the time and do that. I know it kind of gets tedious just watching somebody pick at something, but sometimes there's reasons for it. So, and I'm seeing this, and of course, you know, I already know what it looks like, but I like the way this one turned out. The purple and green and silver are my colors, so I was glad that this turned out the way it did. I wish I'd used a little more silver in it, but it still turned out really good, and I'm probably going to make more anyways because I think I need more. So who knows? I might do the same, or I might end up doing something different. So yeah, I'm going away. And came back. So the bottom always ends up really pretty, but I was really pleased with how this marbling came out. It's hard to see it because of the glare from my lights, but you know, you can see the silver in there and all the colors. I do have pictures at the end, and like I said, I did throw a couple pictures of, well, of 3 of the 4 blankets, because the 4th one was the first one I had done, and I had already given it to my niece because they were here, and since it was finished, I wanted to actually give it to her while she was here rather than send it and not be able to see them get it. So, but I did put the yarn with that one with it, so you knew what the colors were. So anyways, back to this. It's just I'm just really happy with that marbling technique. So, so here's the extras. Oh, of course, yeah. So I had already molded them first, but it came after. So, but yeah, I like the way these turned out. They're pretty. I just hope I can find a way to use them. I did have the idea because everybody's making their own jeweled molds. So they'll make a project, put the jewels on them, and then recast it in to make a new mold out of. And these would be good for that if you wanted bigger pieces, and even the little smaller ones, because they are shiny, they are pretty, and you can just make them with your leftover resin instead of buying pieces. Granted, it'd probably take a lot less time if you were in a hurry to do something like that, to just buy the pieces, and they might have more sparkle to them. But if you're in a pinch, this would work. So, and of course the butterflies. I really like the way, I usually end up getting some holes in them at the tips of the wings, but I really like the butterflies. They're so cute. I need a jar that I put up in. I need to start using in things. It's great ideas, and it's just getting them implemented seems to be my issue. This mold I'm not as crazy about. Part of it I am. Like this piece, I like the shape of the mold because it's rounded. The other piece is just like chunky and flat. So it's got 90-degree edges and whatnot. And for some reason, I just don't like that as well. But there's the little turtle. He's really cute. I would try to put faces on him, but I seriously doubt that will happen, especially with my eyesight and how tiny they are. And I don't think I have a marker small enough to do that, but they are really cute. They don't need a face. So. All right, so here's your pictures, and yeah, I just am really glad that these turned out as well as they did. So enjoy the slideshow, and take care, everybody. Thanks again. And please, if you feel it's worth it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.